One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. I am stoked to be with you. My name is Scott Mendenhall. We are doing a giveaway today of multiple things from multiple companies and brands in the One Wheel world. This is an exciting time. It's our first podcast of the new year, so happy New Year's to all of you. This is a podcast where we cover a lot of things that are happening in the community of One Wheel and with companies and latest trends and all those things. So we cover all those things. We interview some of the pro racers, those that are winning races and things of that nature. So we're really excited to be here today. Sorry for the, if I can use the word faux pas, in the fact that I had the time set to go at like 11:15 or something like that, and that was way wrong. Anyways, I'm joined with a couple of my good friends, one being my loyal wife for 22 years. Holly, how we doing?
Loyal. Hey, doing great.
She made mention when she came in here today, ooh, my camera's different. You know,
camera shot. Oh no, it's fine. I mean, it's right in my face. It's totally fine. Before it was like off in the distance.
Off in the distance. Now it's all up on your face.
Like, hey,
so, yeah, we're just trying new things. You know, new year, new angles. Trying to make it a little bit more up close and personal. And then we got the one and only Lily, who makes us all laugh. Right over to my left.
Happy One Wheel Wednesday.
She
got my jersey on.
Her dirt surfers is one of her favorite races
I should have worn my Scott Mendenhall
of the year. Is dirt surfers. It's coming up. I mean, when I say coming up, it's in like 5 months, but it's around the corner.
Hey, we are in the year 2024 of Dirt Surfers 2024.
Yeah,
so it's close
it's going to be awesome. Just talking to Nick yesterday. We didn't really get on Dirt Surfer things, but Nick and I, he's the creator, him and his wife, they're the creators of Dirt Surfers, and we're looking forward to being back down there, Scott Mendenhall and friends, and helping run the race and things of that nature. It's going to be a fun race season if you're brand new to the sport. Let's say you just got a One Wheel for Christmas and you stumbled upon this podcast. Congrats on getting a One Wheel. Now stay at it, learn it, get riding. Yes, there are some learning curves. We have a video, Lily and I were just talking today, to go out and film a new video on how to ride and stay after it. So those things will be coming. We don't just do podcasts here. We have a lot of products that have been sent to us over the Christmas break that we will get to. We have a really new design bag of some sort. I don't want to give it too much away, but that will go on your One Wheel. That was pretty sick. Can't wait to give you the review on that. We got a light system that goes onto your pint we're reviewing as well, plus some tires and things of that nature. So all those things coming down the chute. Today, though, before we get into the giveaways, we are going to do giveaways in a fun way where we're going to ask you questions, and if you get the questions right, you're going to be the person that gets what we're giving away, okay? So we are giving away a lot of things from Fluid Theory, send some sparks.
Exciting.
Street sparks they're called, right? Those are exciting.
Street sparks.
Do you remember those, Lil?
Yes.
What do you
We
remember?
have a pretty cool video of us using street sparks.
Yes.
I think those would be super sweet used.
Hey, Epic, who's at the switcher? That's my son. He's zoning out. The ladies have talked and he isn't moving. What in the world is going on?
Use like if you're like downtown, you know, kind of like urban. Yeah, I mean you can use them anywhere, obviously, but they just look cool. It looks like fireworks coming off the back of your board.
Ooh, that's a good way to say it, fireworks. All right, so here's one of the things we're giving away. It is a Chameleon Stand for All One Wheels, a t-shirt, and one of our favorite style hats.
Yes.
I don't know what you call those hats.
Aren't those logger hats?
Sure,
Or
logger hats.
Or what are those called? Travelers, maybe?
We're going to give away a beanie, stocking cap, depends where you live in the world. Some places in the United States call these toboggans.
True
Ohioans.
Story. What do you call it?
A stocking cap?
Stocking cap.
Yeah, beanie, somebody would
I
call
it
that.
a beanie.
I would not call it a toboggan.
I wouldn't call it a
Why
toboggan
are you asking me, your husband of 22 years, what do I call that?
I thought
I'm just saying.
That's why I was thrown off a
People
little bit because
change,
I
though.
thought you called it a
People
beanie.
change.
I thought, but you were explaining that some people call it a beanie. That's why I was
Yes.
thrown back because I was like, he calls it a stocking cap.
Okay, so and then here are the street sparks from Fluid Theory. You can go. I think it's Fluid Theory, thefluidtheory.com, and they'll give you how to install it. We also put that on our video. These are for the GT. They are like, it was a lot of fun to have them on our boards. I don't even know how to put it other than that. It was a lot of fun. Okay.
Do you have to be good at something to make that work?
No, just put them on. It's self-explanatory. And then we do have a brand new. I was going to say set, but it's not a set. These are for an XR. So if you've got an XR, we have that as well.
Sweet.
2 GTs. And then we have a book bag, a mystery book bag filled. This is a Chameleon Rails book bag. It has a lot of should we just tell them what's in there at the moment?
Tell them what's in there.
Okay, we have a chameleon T-shirt. We have some of our favorite tire sealant, which is
That's all in the backpack.
Armadillo.
Coming in the backpack.
Coming in it. Armadillo.
You guys, I gotta get it.
And
Gotta
then
get it.
We have a Frisbee and I don't know.
There's
what that
something
is.
with that.
It's
Wait,
other things.
Let's
Mystery.
see it. I'll look at it.
It could be a mystery. So that's what you're going to be playing for a little
It's
bit
all
later.
from Chameleon
So we
Rails.
are giving things away. We're really stoked on it, okay? So that's all I'm saying. We're stoked to be able to do
So
this.
we're gonna get to that in a little bit.
In a little bit. You got to hang around for the show today. We know that sometimes there's latecomers and stuff. This is going to happen all live today. And next week we'll do another set of giveaways. Thank you to all of the brands that gave us things to give to you. So we're pretty stoked on it. And so can't wait to do the giveaways. We do have the Float Life WTFs and the Clear Fender.
Dun.
And we're going to give that away. Just stay tuned how that's going to happen over the next couple weeks and how we're going to do that and a plan for that. So we're really excited about all the things that we're going to talk about today. We're going to get to one of the things that happened right before Christmas. I don't know if you were aware of it. I'm sure you are. If not, we're gonna make it. It's even going to the title today. It's saying Onewheel going modular. Good or bad?
Good
Plus
or bad?
giveaways. Is it good or bad that Onewheel's going modular? Here is what they dropped. Man, I felt like right before Christmas, like days before. They are selling the GTS motor now for you to purchase. Let's go modular was their deal. The S series motor is now available as an individual off-the-shelf product. I was reading that and then Epic switched it to you, so I'm sorry I can no longer read that. But here you go. It breaks down all the things in it. It means GT owners will get improved thermal performance and improved off-the-line torque. You can buy it. I believe it's $850 if I could have a confirmation on that.
Got you.
$850 for that. Is that a good thing? Is this good or bad? We would love to hear your thoughts in the chat as you process this. I think there's a lot being said here. Again, let's put up that first image. I think, again, this is me reading into a lot of things. Here on the podcast, we got to read into a lot of things. Let's get modular. I think they're speaking to the future. I don't think this is a one-off product. I think they're figuring out how to make everything a plug and play.
They're literally saying this is the first step in a future modular level repair. They're alluding to the fact that right to repair is probably going to expand.
Expand on their part of what they're going to be able to do for. I would think they're going to do it from GTs forward. I don't get the sense they're going to do this.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right? Like they're going to do this for the Pint X. I don't think that. I feel like the Pint is on its way out.
Someone says it's a steep price.
No.
Actually, two people say it.
Steep price, $850. It's the GTS series motor, so I wonder if that's kind of the thing as well that you got to put into there. That motor, the stator in there costs a little bit more. The magnets are different, so you're going to. It's going to cost more than just the motor in general. I also think
It really is $850.
it is $850. $850.
It really is.
I don't know. I can go back and forth. I've had my board fixed and the motor was broken, and I had to pay more than that to get the motor replaced on my board. So it's not like they've all of a sudden changed the price.
Instead of just fixing it, get a new.
Well, it's cheaper.
Yeah. Then sending it back.
Yes, it's then sending it back to them to do. Now I don't know their spreadsheet on how much actual individual parts cost.
Can it only go on the GT?
In GTS.
Yeah.
At the moment, yep. So I think if your motor's bad, then you have a way to fix it. Now I do think, Lily, how would you know if your motor goes bad? Like you as Lily, individual, like without bringing it to me.
Probably like my one wheel isn't turning on. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, how do you know what the problem
could it be
is?
the battery?
I don't know. I don't even know what's the problem with my car. I don't know.
But
either.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like I was like, oh, that's a really good thought if your motor's bad. But you're right. A lot of times you don't know it's the motor unless you send it in.
Right. You've got to have a way. I do think there's got to be some steps to that, because they're offering it as if you want to just upgrade your GT to have a little bit more torque.
Okay. Now can you order that or something and then send your one that's not working back, and just send that instead of sending the whole board. So then you get that and have them fix that. You know what I mean? One, cost obviously makes it a much lighter weight to send, and the board is a much smaller package if you're just sending the motor.
That's a fair question. I don't know if that's possible.
Would they work on just the motor? Or
I mean, I'm sure they would, but I don't know if you would, or you can do that. That's a great question. That would keep shipping down. I don't think. Again, how would you know that your motor is bad? There's got to be a way for us at home to be able to assess, is my motor bad? To be able to go and say, I'm going to spend $850. I know that's going to fix my problem. Because if it doesn't fix my problem and I bought it, well then yeah.
Now, but that's not necessarily why they're even making this modular. Like, they're wanting you to upgrade your GT.
No, they're giving you as an
option to upgrade your GT.
Is this an $850 upgrade that is really going to game change your GT? I have not seen anybody do this yet, but again, it dropped right before Christmas. Hard to get your hands on it around the holidays. I would love to test it out. I'd love to put it on a GT around here and compare it side by side to the GTS.
Someone said
this is a great.
Somebody said what?
Someone said I saw a review showing it goes slightly faster.
So
and somebody also said that they think it's a great idea because they have their their board that they would use for the street. They have their GT that they use for the street, and then they swap it when they know they're going trail. Now that's just you taking the time to swap that stuff out.
That's a lot.
But if you know how to do that stuff and that's easy for you, yeah, you're right. You got your board for street, and then you swap and you have a trail board.
Yeah, that is fair. That's a great thought. Not everybody can do that. I think there's got to be a way to assess, is my motor bad? Now, we're lucky here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. We have Lloyd's Board Shop. He is a very skilled mechanic on boards, and it's easy to drop things off to him, and he could tell you, hey, the motor's bad, the BMS is bad, the battery's bad, whatever it is. And then in the hands of him, he telling me, hey, we got to buy a new motor from Onewheel. I feel much better on that than like a Lily just going, oh, I think it's my motor, buying a motor, and throwing it in there. There's got to be a way to assess what's bad. And I don't know if there's another step for Onewheel that's going to be able to do that, because their software that they have on there and their app, I am sure they've got a way to be able to connect some boards together. But I think that's a whole nother division for them. I even think, I always think when people say, oh, it's too steep, $850, they're adding a new step into a process. Another human being has to do something they weren't doing before. Because before, you just took that and you just brought it over to whatever spot in the factory, and then they assembled the Onewheel. Now, somebody's going to take that motor, and now they have to box that. They aren't going to go to the next step and put a tire on. Right, so it can't just be, well, how much does a part cost? Well, how much does it cost to get the employee to do another step, to get it in a different part of the warehouse, to store this stuff? I just think we think of it so linear, of it's just a straight line, versus, nope, there's some definite peaks in that it costs a lot to get humans to do things they weren't doing once before, hire a new person, all those different things are, and I get it, we can sit in comfy, cozy spots from our desks or our couches or our cars and go, well, if I did it, I'd do cut corners this way and that way, and that's great when you don't have all the facts. So is $850? I think it's spendy, but if your Onewheel's broken, it's worth it to get. If it's going to get my Onewheel back up and running, I'm all for it. So I'm not, especially with, I mean, today everything costs so much money, right? Like, it just food. Everything costs a lot in the world we are at the moment. So I don't think Onewheel needs to adjust that. I trust their, and this is where people think, oh, you just are blind. I just trust that they're going to
pay whatever they ask you to.
I just think they're going to market the way it should be. The same with Flow Life. I don't think that they're outrageous in any of their things. Even when they want to be funny and make everything like 1969, right? Like, it just doesn't bother me. It's like, I get it. What if it was 69 cents cheaper? Right? Like, I don't know. These people are creating stuff. They got to make a livelihood to it. So go for it. Like, if people will pay it, then it's not too expensive. It might be too expensive in your opinion.
Have you gotten any feedback from anybody at all? I mean, we may not get this. Onewheel or Future Motion may get it. But have you gotten anybody that you know of that's a little bit negative on it?
No, I've heard of people just saying it's spendy, but
Yeah.
not if your board's broken. I don't think it's spendy.
I think
It's a spendy upgrade. If my GT is currently working,
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I can understand.
and now I'm going to spend $850 to get it a little, like, I want to know a couple of miles per hour, is it really worth that? Like $850 to go 2 miles faster? Like, are you really going to go that much faster? Like, if it's overall top speed I gain, now these are just speculations. We've not sat down and rode this thing and tested it. We will work towards doing something like that. But if it's just going to give me a top end speed of 2 more miles an hour, is that advantageous in the trails? No, because you're not getting the top speed of your board very often. Now, if it gives me more torque, meaning I can get up the hills and things of that nature a little bit more, and I'm a little bit heavier of a rider, then yeah, that might be more advantageous for an upgrade. Now, you got to ask yourself, like, all the rails out there, I mean, the skeleton rails from Jeff Adair and his team, Onewheel Parts, they're $750, I think. So, rail or a new motor for your GT? Which one do you want to go with? You'd have to just mess around with that.
You got to play that out because and so many people think that the rails are what helps you with speed and getting faster. I would think that the motor would be the better first option to make yourself faster.
Perhaps.
That's just a speculation.
I've not personally wrote it to say I know it gives me more torque. I like torque. But in the same, well, let's stay on the modular thing really quick. I think as they point to modular, I think they're going to move to, they have to figure out, and why it's a little bit slower to move the ball down for modulars. They got to move the ball down the field of how do we make the controller board modular? Everybody, the controllers can go bad in them. A bunch of other components can go bad in there. But if they can't just send a motherboard. Let me use some computer knowledge. Like just a circuit board to people, because all the soldering is you can see it all and it's super fragile. So you got to figure out a way to put that in some kind of box that is just a click in and it's there. Same with your battery. Like, you've got to have it where you can't get into the battery and tamper with it. I could see them setting these things that have these housings on it that are taped in there. Like, if you rip the tape off it or the sticker, you void the warranty. I can see those things coming down the line in what they're calling the new era of the modular things, which would be super cool. But you got to get us away, and I'm sure they're thinking, but how do your normal consumer, know what part's bad? There's no way, unless the app gets an update to say, hey, we diagnosed your problem, you need to order a controller, a BMS. You need to order that, right? And unless you have those ways, you're going to still need to get your board somewhere to tell you got a problem. And like I said, we're fortunate to have Lloyd's Board Shop in the Twin Cities really, really close here to be able to take our boards and really assess that. If you live anywhere in Minnesota and you need a good board shop, make a trip to the Twin Cities at some point, drop it off. If it's not too big of a deal, he usually can repair it. If you schedule an appointment with him, he can get it repaired while you take one of his loaner boards, go on a ride, and come back and pick up your board, and you're on your way home. If you're like me, I drop it off and then I leave it there for months because I just forget about it, and he's super kind and generous to not hate me for doing that. I forget, but we've had several Onewheels fixed by him, top-notch work, and so I would love to plug Lloyd's Board Shop for everybody to get your boards with him, get it fixed. Lily does a great job, is also picking up the Onewheels for us. So thank you, Lily, for doing
You're
that.
welcome.
So I think modular is a good way to go. I can't wait to see how they do all the next pieces. I think the motor's pretty sweet. I'd love to drop it into GT and see what that looks like. We did something here recently. If you follow me on Instagram, my name is just Scot Mendenhall on Instagram. You can follow me there. That's where I post daily a lot of things, Onewheel and stuff. Currently on a goal of riding my Onewheel every day for the next year, 365 days. We're 3 days in, but snapping a picture and posting it, so there's a bit of accountability.
Every day?
Every day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Every day.
What's like your shortest allowance of a distance?
Well, we've kind of assessed that in winter at the moment because you're at the mercy of some of the weather and the conditions of things. Like recently, we got snowfall down here, and I wasn't going to go ride long on the street because there's salt out there, and I didn't want to do that to my board. So we're going to stay in the trails, but they weren't the best, and so we just have said with conditions, we'll do a couple laps in the trails, which would be close to a mile. We'd ride at least a mile is kind of the idea. If the trails are really gnarly, not good at all, and you're just going to get mud, we'd assess each time, but we're going to be on our board riding it. If it's super rainy and, those kind of conditions, we'll just have to assess what we consider riding. Is it doing laps in this space? I don't know. So we're going to figure it out. But we're going to snap a picture every day. Even if we travel, we don't fully know all our plans for the year, obviously. Mm-hmm. So in that, we'd have to figure out how to get one wheels where we're going to continue the
You know how much
goal.
it takes to take 10 one wheels with us?
Wait, the whole family? That's the...
No, but
No.
a lot of the kids are in on it.
Most of the kids are on it,
Most of them are doing it.
Yeah.
Which has been fun to... They
You
got...
mean if they were to fly somewhere?
Well, whatever,
No,
or if we
just wherever
travel.
we're going. I mean, we obviously have a big vehicle because we have so many people. But when you think of what comes with it, and then you add one wheels on top, they take up a lot of space.
That's true.
We travel with the trailer now.
Yeah, we do. We pack them in. We're getting creative on how we do that. And so, is somebody putting in the chat another good place for a board shop? Is Tyler?
No. They're saying that one of the kids should create start up.
Do their
a
own board shop.
Yeah,
we
start
did
it as a business.
I went to go, and this is
so there's
great,
a couple name drops there.
A great segue into this next section of the podcast today. I went to go take the WTF Steep and Deeps off my 5-inch hub to go to the stock rails. And that was nothing to do with the rails outside of I can't level the board, and I'm just overriding that board in elevate. I don't feel like I have as much power as normal. It's not comfortable to go backwards. So I was just until there's some digital shaping where I can level my board, I'm not going to do it. And so went to go take my board apart, and my tools were all jacked up, missing stuff. And that's because all my kids are using them at different times to mess with their boards. So I said, you guys all got to get your own tools. Get them. Get your own tools. You can no longer use my tools.
And maybe they will. Legend is pretty helpful when it comes to some of those things. He'll help out.
Oh, I'll help out do that, but they need their own tools because they're going and they're doing their own mods of changing colors and all that stuff. And that's great. But they're using my tools, and then when I want them,
What do they need? Allen wrenches? I got extra.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I do.
Yes.
Hey, you were chatting earlier, so I didn't interrupt, but the Float Life is in, and their theory is that it would make the motor in a GT would actually make it slower top speed. Right? Did I read that right? Decrease the speed.
Yeah, that makes it because you're getting more torque. That would be my...
So it will...
But somebody did say they rode and got a couple more miles, and I don't know how the conditions and stuff, but I think you're going to get more torque, and you're going to lose some... And you would lose some... I don't know. I don't know what somebody just gave us.
Because Holly's quite the saleswoman.
Why? What'd she do? Oh,
she said,
Daddy, it's great to have you back. We haven't seen you for a long time. So he's back and asked if GT ever, or if Lily ever got her GT, and she said I did. And he asked if they were still sending money. I said, well, you can always still send money.
Yeah, right now for kids' tools, that'd be great. You could for us to.
So I just
oh my gosh,
you guys are amazing.
That's really nice of you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just said
There's
that
for the kids' tools.
You can always give
Merry
us.
Christmas to us, I guess.
can always.
Yeah, it's been a long time since anyone's given super thanks.
Thanks,
since
guys.
the GT. So wow, thank you. And we don't do it for that. That just puts a smile on our face. We love being here every week, thinking about things to talk about, and really want to be a community thing where we all come together, laugh, and we can disagree because we often do. But we all still enjoy each other's company, and if I ever get a chance to ride with you, I'm riding with you. You know what I mean? It's just fun to have the community. And like we said, we are doing a giveaway today. We are doing a mega giveaway from Float Life. We got a hold of WTF rails, brand new, and their clear fender that they have. We are stoked to give that to everyone. Legend rides those, and he loves them. And I ride the Steep and Deeps from them. Love those. But like I was saying, this isn't a Float Life problem. This is, quite frankly, I do think it's a little bit on Onewheel where they've got to sort out the if they're going to put digital shaping into their app, I think they got to do that. I think that would be a good move for the community, going, hey, we realize there's a lot of different rails out there and they require to be shaped differently. Now, the community of creators that create rails are doing good workarounds. You can see where the 007s came from, Jeff and the Onewheel Parts team and their team doing all of those tech rails. The 007s is 0 lift or any angle in the front and a 7-inch or 7-degree tilt in the back, so your tail doesn't drag as much. And then you've seen different iterations of that. I've seen, and I don't know if it's been dropped yet by some of the brands, but I've seen one with, I think it's got a 10-degree tilt in the back, so that you have even better clearance and it's straight in the front. Those are the workarounds until digital shaping is allowed to happen with the leveling. And yes, elevation to elevate your board up to 3%. Yes, it just doesn't ride like it did before. Like I've rode the 5-inch hub in the WTF Steep and Deeps at Windman, and it was awesome. It was so awesome. It was a lot of fun. And until that happens, the straight rails, I just put those back on, and it rides great with the 5-inch hub. So if you got a 5-inch hub, or you're wondering, well, how does the 5-inch hub from Float Life ride with the stock rails? Spectacular, sublime, actually. I've enjoyed them over the last 24 hours riding those. That is my go-to board right here in Minnesota at the moment. I have loved the extra rubber on that tire because your tires are thicker, so bouncing around on frozen tundra and snow has been awesome. We have not got a chance to try, and this is a segue again into the next part of the new tire that Float Life has dropped. We have not got our feet on it. It's sadly, I wish we had, because we ride snow all the time. We tested out the Enduro tire last year in snow, but here is a new tire. It's called the Pioneer from Float Life. It dropped over the Christmas break as well. It's for the GTS. The tread looks awesome. They really break it down awesomely of all the tread. Lily's going to go there and read it for us at floatlife.com. She'll look up the Pioneer details on it, because the way they write it is like, yes, please, we want more of that. They explained that this is one of the very first actual treaded tires for the GT. It's not a hybrid. So far, every tire we've ever rode from Float Life has been awesome. We are massive fans of the Enduro. We don't have the Enduro tire for the 5-inch. We have the Vega, which is chunky. Vega wet tire. It is awesome. It bites the chunk. It moves so well out there in the frozen trails in the snow. But the Pioneer, it's currently sold out. I don't know when I took a week and a half off of social media, so I missed a lot of things that was happening in Onewheel world of things. And so when I pop back on the scene, this tire drop, I don't know if it's ever available or if it's coming soon. I know Brooks, who is Windman race director.
Midwest One Wheel too.
Yes.
We're a mess.
He wrote it and dropped a review on that tire, and they just posted one in the last 5 days about the tire. So go give listen to their review on the Pioneer, and then when it comes available, it's probably worth a purchase. Lil, do you have that description of the Pioneer?
It says, okay, fine. You want tread? Well, then we're going to give you more tread than you can handle. We developed the Pioneer to have the deepest and widest tread available on a one-wheel tire by far. The Pioneer was created with the wintertime rider in mind, the rider who doesn't let a little rain or a little snow stop their fun. The 2.0 mm, what would that be?
Millimeter. Yeah, it's giving you how thick the tread is.
Siping?
Yeah, I believe, and they're in there. Pronounced? Float Life is in there. One, they said Pioneer dropping in less than a few.
It's sold out.
No, he said dropping in less than a few weeks. They must have posted it there. And
well,
then
it says sold out on the website. That's what he's saying. Okay.
It's dropping in a few weeks, and they can confirm for us. But I believe that is the thickness of the tread that is on there.
On the tread significantly improves traction in wet, icy, snowy conditions, and the 6 millimeter wide and 5.5 millimeter deep treads on the Pioneer is so gnarly. We dare you to lose traction on this beast. The Pioneer profile is designed to have a large contact patch to improve stability and grip in sketchy conditions. It's a 6.9-inch wide tire with a nice large centerline flat strip at the crown and progressive shoulders so that it holds a straight line like it's on rails, but the progressive shoulders make initiating and holding edge on a turn super easy. You have 2 different compound choices. That's what it looks like.
Yep. You have soft, and then you have a mid.
So soft and mid. Soft compound will feel smoother, forgiving, and more buttery underfoot. However, due to it being a soft compound, it will not last as long and tends to wear out quicker. Mid compound will increase the longevity of the tire, extending the period of time between tire changes. However, it will not be as forgiving underfoot and will have more noticeable edge when carving. You can only limit 2 per order, but you can make as many orders as you want.
Yeah.
And they're both $125.
Yeah, which is going rate for
nice.
a tire. I think, here's my opinion on that. I'm a soft compound guy. I would rather have that stickiness. Another word for sticky is tackiness versus the hard compound tire. I find that, especially in cold weather, the hard compound gets only harder, and same with the soft. And so if you're going to start soft and it gets cold and frozen, it's still going to be a little softer than the hard compound getting frozen. The harder the compound, the more you bounce around on stuff. And in frozen fields, frozen, whatever you're riding in, you're going to be bouncing. And so to eliminate that would be awesome. I also think the play on 6.9 width is to have more bite out there so you're not sliding out. Because if you've never rode in snow or ice, what becomes the biggest concern is sliding out heel side, toe side, is that the board's going to come from right underneath you. And that's a gnarly way to fall because you can't really, it's just not a normal way of falling on a board. Typically, but in snow and ice, that is one of those concerns, is that it's going to happen. And I think the wider the footprint, the more bite it's going to have, and the less likely that's going to happen. But these are all my speculations, not Road the Pioneer. Can't wait to ride somebody's or get one and ride it here when it comes available in the next couple weeks. And it'll probably, I mean, what tire has Flow Life ever put out that hasn't been out awesome?
Yeah, they
you know what I
in
mean?
on those pretty good.
Yeah, they have some of the best riders around out there testing this stuff, and they don't just put out crap. And I've heard people talk about, oh, mine came out around or whatever. I just think that sometimes that's just a product of making things. You quality control kind of deal. It's like I wrote a comment about, oh, the Enduro, mine came out of round. That's just the nature of the beast of making things. Is not going to be perfect runs, and so I have a lot of grace when it comes to that stuff. I don't think they're selling it. Go, oh, this is out round. Let's see if we can fool somebody. That's silliness. It's just part of it. And their customer service out there is spectacular. We've had to have just things exchanged or whatever it is, and they got right back to us. It was easy. It was never complicated. If anything, I made it go slower because I wasn't responding that fast to their emails. So
because they're like lightning.
They are. They move very fast out there in their customer service. So if you are in a cold climate, man, this is probably the tire because right now, what tire for the GTS series do you have that would be comparable for the cold and grippy stuff? I think the closest tire we have available right now is from Flight Fins. That would be the most tread tire we've got available to us, unless you change your hub size, then it opens up. But if you don't get a hold of the GOAT, which is Flight Fins tire, and we haven't even tested that one, to be honest with you, in any of these conditions. I've really been riding the 5-inch. Full disclosure. I've, in the last, I don't know, since I have the GTS and the ground is frozen, we've gotten snow. The GTS have not taken out in it yet. I've rode the 5-inch because it's awesome. That 5-inch hub with all of that tread and that thickness is so comfortable. Like, you're just not bouncing around anymore. When we ride those, low profile tires, there's just not enough suspension built into the tire that absorbs all of the ground frozen. If you've never rode on frozen ground, you don't know what I'm talking about. it's just a unique ride when the ground freezes. It's not soft,
Yeah, it's like noticeably harder.
right? You feel everything.
Yeah.
It's like riding on the chunkiest trails nonstop. Like you feel it's just rolling all over the place. And so having that 5-inch hub on there is spectacular. Now, somebody's going to ask why I haven't done that to GTS and things, because the GTS is still under warranty. I ain't jacking with that thing. But still love the GTS. It's just we live in the tundra of Minnesota, and so those are unique conditions. Not everybody rides in there. We have to make modifications to our front footpad to make them ride better because they tend to freeze. The plastic freezes underneath it, which makes it hard to ride. And so we make those modifications so we can enjoy the ride. I think we have a picture of the GTS with the Pioneer on it. Looks great. It looks really cool with the GTS series as well from Float Life. There it is.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, I love, and this is a nod to Float Life, bringing the tread all the way out on the edges.
You've said that before. In
Yeah, they were the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a go-kart thing or really the Enduro. I think that's genius because we're meant to be carving on these things. And so why wouldn't I want trail or tread on the sides to be able to carve? Speaking of that, when you go back to the Pioneer and choosing between soft and the medium compound, if you're going to have a little bit of more of a lip on that harder compound, you just got to, are you a carver? Or do you just like riding groomed trails and going straight, and that's your vibe? If that's what you like, those straight trails, I'm just going, then you're going to love the hard compound because you're going to end up probably being on the ground. Or maybe you live in Washington State and it rains a bunch and, you're just on wet concrete, and that's wonderful. That's the tire for you. But if you're going to be in trails and you're going to be carving and stuff, you're going to want that. You don't want to have that edge. And we've rode so many tires around here. Those that end up with the edges on the side of them that's not as enjoyable for our style. But people love that. Like, again, you live in Washington State, you're riding on pavement. I get it. Okay. So stay tuned when Float Life drops that in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure they'll put an email out. They'll say, hey, the tire's coming. It does not look like you can pre-order. I don't know if there was a pre-order a couple weeks ago. Like I said, I took a break from all social media, but back on it. We're back on it.
Every day.
We're back.
We're back. Yes, we're back. Dropping content, dropping things. Okay, we're going to start with a giveaway here. And then we're going to do a lot of giveaways over the next couple weeks. We're going to do one big one from Float Life, which is the WTF rails and the...
Is that
clear
today?
fender.
No.
We're not doing that today.
No. Okay, you'll have more information on that
But
later.
the one thing about today's giveaway, you got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Ours right here, Scott Mendenhall. You got to subscribe to it. So if you haven't done that, you better just go do that. And you got to be in the chat today, obviously, okay? And so
Obviously.
if we're going to ask a series of questions. It's just going to be quizzes. Some that you might not know and some you're going to... But again, we're going to ask enough of them over this series that give a chance to everybody. It's supposed to be fun.
We're going to see who answers first, and then we'll tell you who wins.
Right. So if you want to jump in the chat, we'll give you a second to jump in the chat in case you're just listening. Maybe you need to pull over your car.
Pull it
so
over.
You can
It's worth
get
it.
in the chat so you can answer this. We're going to give away. Let's see. What should we give away? Let's start with the Chameleon Rails. I almost said mount, but the stand.
Yeah.
The hat. What'd you call the hat?
Trapper hat. It's
A trapper
That's what
hat.
it's called, as a trapper
What'd
hat.
you call it earlier?
Now I can't remember.
Okay. Here's what it is right here.
That's exciting.
All the way from Chameleon Rails, which Chameleon Rails, Lily, what do you own from them?
I own trophies.
Yeah. They
gonna
make the
say, why
trophies.
did
Well, I just was like, I've never bought anything from them.
From
so.
Dirt Surfers and Windman this past year,
Yeah.
they were the creators of the trophies.
And they're awesome trophies.
They were awesome. They did a fantastic job on them. They look sweet.
Yeah,
Took a lot of time with them.
they've made a lot of the signs that you see out there. I know that when Jeff from Float Life does some of the videos sitting at his desk and it's a blinking little sign that says float, that's Chameleon Rails making those signs that are like that. We have a Scott Mendenhall and Friends one coming soon. So they are high quality items and super creative.
Yeah,
I
that's
love.
all 3 in 1 right here.
Yeah, all
this
3 in
better be
1.
a hard question. 'Cause
Okay, so you get this blue T-shirt
Love it.
right there. Get the chameleon.
It's like
that's there.
it's like a heather blue with
Yeah, in
black.
case you can't see it, but if you can't see it, you're probably not going to be playing the game anyways.
Okay, so how do they claim their prize?
What we'll do is somebody asking that, or are you just
No, I'm-
preempting?
No, we're just making
Okay,
sure you
when
got
you
all the
win,
information.
what we'll do is we're gonna you can text this phone number to give your address. Give us your name and address and what you won, because we don't want your address going into the chat. That's not appropriate. Secondly, it's just a great way, and there's the number right on the screen, 651-276-8797. You can text that number when you win, but we'll know if it's you, and then you got to match your handle to your name, right? Like, you understand, like, hopefully, like MQT Onewheel. We know that's not their real name, but if you give us your real name and your address, not also that handle, we have no idea it's you. Does that make sense? Oh, tracking. Now,
What size is that T-shirt we're being asked?
plenty big, but I will.
If it doesn't fit you, that's when you get to give it away.
Yeah, give it away.
Yeah.
It is M for
Medium.
Macho
Macho.
Grande.
Macho man.
But
Grande.
the other two items are really
that's
legit.
large.
So give the shirt away.
Not at Starbucks.
What?
When you order a grande, what are you ordering? A grande coffee at Starbucks is what?
A medium.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's
I
just
don't- I'm-
Starbucks' own thing that
That's what I'm quoting.
Literally just Starbucks.
Once a barista, always a barista. That's me. Bing,
I
bing,
know
bing.
it's their medium size, but they're saying it's a large.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
I don't even choose to disagree. I'm just right.
Let's do this.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. Here's your first question. Let me pull up. I wrote up my notes. Lily, you think it needs to be a hard question?
Yeah, that's a really legit gift.
The
I'm
rail
jealous.
is the stand is very sturdy.
The
Yeah,
stand is so nice.
it really is. This blue.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So the
I
bottom
would-
is metal,
I'd make it a hard gift.
wood, and then it comes to where it has these little sticky things on
So
the
it's not
bottom,
gonna
so it's not
slide.
going to scoot. So you could charge your board. It's again crafted by Chameleon Rails. So is the Trapper hat. Chameleon Rails.
Someone says if I win something, Scott sign it.
I can do that. It'll be worth absolutely nothing, but I can sign it.
Maybe we need a Starbucks podcast because now the chat's like.
About Starbucks? Yeah, Lily and I could answer a lot.
They
We both
are?
have worked.
Tyler
We both
says
worked at
he-
Starbucks.
Tyler
Extra
says he
medium?
only says medium because he's not playing their reindeer games.
Reindeer games.
Thank you,
I don't
Tyler.
get it.
Thank you for that.
Tyler's probably a Caribou fan.
Caribou, that's a Minnesota company here. They're elsewhere, but they are from here. All right, your first question is they're all around One Wheel, okay? So here we go. First one to name 3 One Wheel Factory team members will be the winner of this Chameleon Rail set. I feel like
All
I'm
right.
a game host.
Now we
so
have to kind of like.
You kind of.
we got to stall a little bit so they can
Yeah.
type, and then Lily will tell us who is the proud winner
Holly
of this.
can fact check.
Oh, I thought you were going to have Holly play. Holly should guess or something.
What?
That would not be
I don't
fair.
think anyone in this room should play.
I
No.
know our kids were kind of
Too
throwing
easy.
a fit that they didn't get to be part
Yeah,
of these
they're like a
giveaways.
product of children of a YouTuber.
That would be easy to not have to ship the things.
Yeah, it would be
True.
cost effective that way. But they're
Bodie,
like,
Neil, Austin. Did you want
I
last
said
names?
3. No.
Did you want last names? Okay,
No.
so MQT is first. Bodie, Neil, Austin.
Bodie, Neil, Austin.
Good
Boom!
Good,
MQT.
Good job, everyone
Nice.
who's participating.
Yeah, great.
though.
This is
great
awesome.
job.
Well done. That
Keep
got
trying.
This is going to MQT. You are the proud new owner of this amazing little chameleon guy. I mean, he almost looks like it could be a pet. That chameleon sticker on this right there. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's-
Are you writing this
Inappropriate
I
down? Well,
because
Sit down.
I guess they're supposed to text. so.
MQT. Text the number that's on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
If you want this, you have a very short amount of time to text it. But this is appropriate for where you live. You live up here in the northern country, not in Minnesota, but nonetheless. And a great T-shirt for you. Proud to give you that. Thank you again to Chameleon Rails for hooking us up with that. We'll slide that one out of there, giving that away. That's exciting. We know that he's a subscriber to the YouTube channel. My fingers are too fat, says Lee.
I would just like to say,
Yes.
whoever comes up first in my chat is it.
That's. I was gonna
And
say.
y'all, I got good eyes. So.
Why are they saying I was first?
Just making like this like super clear. That's all.
Oh, I would thought maybe you thought somebody was
we're
first.
both looking for you guys.
Oh,
so
Tyler.
we have MQT as first.
Yeah, we're both looking.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What else are we gonna? Oh, we're gonna do these. One of our favorites around here from Fluid Theory. You can go to thefluidtheory.com to figure out how to do them and all those things. Okay, you're gonna go check out. They have other cool things they're selling there, which are sweet. Okay, they from the fluidtheory.com. I don't know why I struggle to say that.
That one's hard. Fluid Theory.
The Fluid Theory. Can you hear Siri,
All right,
everyone?
it's fine. It's fine.
Siri
Just
wants to
mute.
play. Siri's
Siri's trying to play the game. Legend, will you just mute the Legend? My son, do something constructive. He's just staring.
Someone says they feel like they're watching the Home Shopping Network.
Why? Up next.
Up next, we have for you from Fluid Theory.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
What's next?
Okay. What is next? Would you like to know?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to?
The
I thought
beanie.
I thought you were just doing the Fluid Theory.
Yeah, didn't you say the fluid theory?
I did.
Okay, I thought
did.
so.
Then I
Do
got
I need to get 'em for
distracted.
you?
Okay.
I know I'm trying to have high production value around here where you don't see me bend down and pick it up. So I need these girls to talk, and they're just staring at me,
I
not
was
giving me an
just-
opportunity.
We're making sure that people are ready.
Okay, we have.
Are you doing 3 different giveaways?
It's gonna be the first 3. The first 3. Now
First 3 what?
first 3 people to answer the question right.
Got it.
We're
Okay.
gonna send out 3 of these.
3
However,
different-
one
okay.
is XR, and the other 2 are GT.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
All right. So
There's no way around it. That's
okay.
what we got
I mean,
to
there
offer.
is, but okay.
You need to. So can they answer and say what they want?
Well,
GT or
first
XR?
person to claim the XR ones of the 3 is it. So first 3, make sure you claim that you want the XR ones. Let's just go for it. We'll see what happens.
Okay. This is a one-word answer we're looking for.
Get your fingers ready.
And I have modified it a little bit. You'll get it, hopefully. Onewheel is trying to make the future blank. Onewheel is trying to make the future
We
blank.
spent quite a lot of time on this today, so
We
if you
did?
get it wrong. I
Could
don't
there
Oh,
know.
no, it's nothing to
Could
do
there
with
be-
before. This
Oh,
is
that was
something.
the first thing I thought of.
Oh, yeah, then
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
be off.
All right, but the first 3 people to get it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has kind of been around from the beginning.
All right, we'll just start listing what people to
I
you.
have the answer wrote down, and so then the answer we're looking for, now somebody could argue, but we
All
wrote
right, we
down.
have awesome, modular, suck, brighter, rad.
Woo!
Rad?
Oh boy.
Rad is
We
it.
might have just gave it away to 2
Oh,
other
wait.
people, so whoever is the fastest.
Well, what are you gonna
He
do?
says it's rad, so far, Daniel Beal, Tyler Hamlin, and Brantley Hanks. You are the winners. Is that
Daniel
accurate?
wants the XR.
Boom.
Perfect.
The blue
So, Daniel,
street sparks are yours.
That's the order that I had was
Daniel,
Tyler,
and Brantley.
and Brantley. And then Daniel came right in. Daniel, yes, you were first. So Daniel gets the XR. The other 2.
Let's put up that phone number one more time so
Text.
that Daniel, Tyler, and Brantley text this number, say your name, say you won the Street Sparks from Fluid Theory, and we'll get it for you.
Please make sure that you are putting your screen name and your real name so we can connect the
'em.
dots. Okay, if you don't do that, these will be up for grab on
probably need to be
apparently
right
the
next
what is
to
it, the Home Shop
For
Network.
the record, I thought it was modular as well.
That's what the email said. But forever it's on.
Yeah, they've been saying that
That's
too.
been like kind of their.
Yeah, it's at
Yeah,
the bottom
I'm
of the
with you.
boxes. If I had a box
You
in
made
here.
these questions before we were like not specifically talking about modular.
Right.
Okay, so we have how many more?
We have the book bag and the beanie.
This is so exciting.
What should
They're
we
going to
do?
switch it to me, and I'm going to say beanie while Scott picks it up because he wants it to be professional.
Well, wouldn't you? All right, here we go. This is a beanie, just straight up beanie, stocking cap,
The
chameleon
beanie.
rails. It is awesome. Actually, you know what? We're gonna sweeten the deal here. We'll sweeten the deal. What?
How are we going to sweeten the deal? Hopefully it's some candy because, love candy. Nerd clusters
candy.
specifically are my favorite. Scott's still bent over, so here we are
gosh.
just ad-libbing for you.
You're not
all
very good
today.
at it. I'll tell you that.
I just think it's very
Oh,
funny.
what'd you pick out?
Okay, this is from Chameleon Rails. This is their tire sealant. Their tire witch. That's what it is. That's what they're
Tire
What's it
Witch.
called?
What does it do?
It's tire sealant, but it's their thing.
Tire witch.
It comes with a stem, a tire stem, and a couple other things in there. But we're going to put that in with the beanie. Again, Chameleon Rails, thank you for your generosity to send all this stuff, to be able to give it away. The other cool thing with theirs, which is really nice added feature, is it comes with a little hose that allows you to connect it to the stem of the tire so you don't get tire sealant all over your hub.
Nice thinking.
I think that's very useful. I think once you make a mistake of cutting the top of this too big, you wish you had a hose every time because it sucks. Because then you get tire sealant you make that mistake once, and it's a tough one because sealant goes everywhere. But nonetheless, we're gonna do that and the beanie for everybody at home. Everyone needs good tire sealant. And did you know this tire sealant does have a life inside your tires? So if you put it in there like a year ago, it's not a bad idea to freshen it up just to keep it nice. Okay.
Okay.
So. Thank you, Lily.
What's the question? I'm actually having fun with this. So
you are?
I'm excited to get to the next question. Yeah.
Okay.
I like seeing the people answer.
This is going to be a deep dive into the Scot, Mendenhall and Friends, okay? Deep dive.
Ooh.
We'll know who the long-term fans are. I know a few of you are in here, so.
This is, do you watch our other content besides the podcast, okay? That's what this is about. We drop entertaining race videos. We are filming just duly noted, we are filming a foxtail race. First one in probably a year.
One of the best events that you guys do.
Yeah, it is simply.
I don't think it's been a year.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
When was the last foxtail
Last
race?
one was here on the property with Jordan,
I don't remember
my
that.
husband.
Yeah, it was a while ago. We'd have to
Okay.
do a deep dive. We don't even know our own
Yeah, that was a
stuff.
while ago.
Okay, so
That's not the question.
that is not the question.
Get your fingers ready.
Foxtail race is where we actually put a real life foxtail on someone's behind, set a time limit of 10 to 15 minutes, and whoever stays away from each other the longest wins. Whoever ends up with the tail at the end wins. It is crushing for your soul when you lose the tail, no matter how you spin it. It is.
No matter how long you had it.
No, it's always crushing. And when you think you're going to win and you don't, like there's been times I had it up to the last second and Lily snatched it right off me.
Best ever.
Best ever for her, Suckville for me. Okay, so the question is this, is nothing to do with that. It's just that we're filming this weekend a foxtail race and it's supposed to snow, so it should be pretty epic. What is the lead in the Dirt Surfers race series between Lily and I, who currently at stage 5 has the lead? Bonus, if you can tell us what's the split out of the 5, you will get an extra item. A Scot Mendenhall and Friends jersey.
All right, so we're looking for the first person to say either my name or Scott's name, and whoever, if you say it with the split.
Yeah, what is the split after 5 races? How many is Lily won, and how many have I won? So that's what we're looking, but you don't have to know that. It is a 50-50 joke.
So people have already answered right. Now, one person has answered with the split.
Okay.
I don't know if it's right, though.
Well, how do you not know that?
I just need to make sure.
You raced it.
Legend might know.
I think it's right.
You lived the race.
I know.
You called
But how are we doing this? Because someone already answered the question.
Okay.
But it wasn't the first person to answer with the split wasn't first to answer the question.
No, so then the bonus material would be if you get the split right and you get the person right, you would get the jersey.
Michael Foster.
Hold on, wait. Oh, you gave it away. It's too late. You gave it away. Go ahead.
No, this is the first person that answered.
I know, but now the next person, people just have to guess.
No, they've already done it.
It's already.
They've already done it.
It's already done.
So Michael Foster wins. Thanks for watching. I'm winning.
Lily
is winning.
Now the first person to say a split is Lily 2, Scott 0.
Lily 2, what is it?
Lily wins 2, Scott wins 0. But
After
we're already
we're
on
out of 5
races.
So that's not.
So then 2 to 2, Lily 3, Scott 2. Michael Foster says Lily 2, 3 to 2.
3 to 2. Legend, can you confirm what is the? Yeah.
Okay, it's in here. Baylor Mustine. Lily 4-1.
And this is 4 different races. We did it Dirt Surfers out of 7. Lily is in lead 4-1, which has been comical.
I was gonna say I know I win most of them, so I would have said
4-1 with 2 more episodes to drop on the races, and then for your viewing pleasures, we race it again. And we were debating on not doing this in this new season where we weren't going to go head to head, but It's always fun to be able to post
Wait, so we are doing it?
we could. I don't know. It's we'll let the fans decide.
Oh, who knows what
All right,
happens.
so
We'd go to Windman and we race, and it's a totally different adventure and fun, and yeah.
Baylor, how are you going to change your answer? You already got it right.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
where
they
did it
didn't
go?
know.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
Oh, no, it's there.
No, it's not.
He's just
It's
guessing
there.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first one. It was just lucky.
Okay,
So-
so Michael Foster wins the cap.
Right, and then
And
the
the
winner,
which
Baylor gets the.
gets the...
Oh, so you're giving the tire sealant to Michael as well. Sweet, right? No? Oh.
No, he's getting a jersey.
Yeah,
Wow,
jersey.
Baylor. Good job, man.
Oh, okay, sweet.
I'm giving this jersey,
Oh,
and if it doesn't fit you, find somebody that it will fit on. But this is our Scott Mendenhall and Friends racing jersey.
That's a really nice gift, Baylor.
Yeah, that's sweet. So, what you got to do is the numbers on the screen. Text that number with your street address, your mailing address,
And
and your name and your handle in the chat.
you must be subscribed.
And make sure you subscribe. We will do that thorough check before we ship these things. Okay.
All right,
I
what's
think
next?
we've given away enough
Okay.
Okay.
today.
so-
We didn't do the book
We
bag.
did a lot.
We did. I
Let's
feel
save
like
one for next week.
we have more.
Okay, let's do
We
it
have more
next week.
stuff. It was kind of fun. Oh, we've never done that. That's the first time we've done these giveaways. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
We are sending the tire sealant and the stocking cap to Michael.
Yes.
'Kay,
And this
I wrote
goes
that
to
down.
Baylor. Is that
Yep.
what? Right.
Baylor.
Okay.
Well, great, Michael. He's wearing a gray beanie right now. You're going to get another one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to all the winners. Thanks for everybody playing today. It's just supposed to be heaps of fun today. Put a smile on your face, give you some information about things. If you're on the fence about a 5-inch hub, I would suggest, what I should do is have these ladies pose the questions to me versus me just setting up my own question and answer my own question. But if I had to choose between a hub, the motor, and a 5-inch hub, how much is the 5-inch hub? Lil, are you still on Float Lifes?
Yes.
That's like $400 or something.
1 second.
So you want me to ask you, what would you choose, a 5-inch hub or the motor?
I already asked that.
Is that
yeah.
what you want?
Yeah,
that's
you
what I'm
asked
saying.
it to yourself.
I asked it to myself.
Yeah, but we can't read your mind.
I know that. I should. But these would be good questions for you guys. Just go. Oh, so what would you choose?
Sometimes I ask you,
You
those
do,
things
sometimes
when
you
we're
do.
talking in the
Yeah.
middle
She's
of it.
really good.
You're
at
really
asking.
good at it. You're awesome.
You know what? I can't find it.
Need a little
What?
bit of
But
love.
Float Life, I can never find your stuff.
That's
I always
you.
have 5 inch.
No, just go to
hub.
GT.
Found it. $499.
Thank you.
$500. Okay, we rounded up
To what?
$500. But then you still need a tire. So go to the tire. They have
Well,
an
if you
Enduro
want
tire
that,
on there.
if you
Yeah,
want the
5 inch. It's 119.
Pioneer, it's 125.
No, that won't fit on a 5-inch.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is a Enduro
Okay.
for 5 inch is $119.
So you're looking at $620 to upgrade to,
Yeah, it's cheaper than the modular hub that they're selling.
yes, the motor.
Motor.
It's cheaper by $200, call it.
Yeah.
A little over $200.
I also
But you
like the
put the
5-inch hub.
motor you currently have in that 5-inch hub.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're
not, like,
which
getting a
one would
separate
I
motor.
choose for my GT?
Which
Not
one? Hey,
GTS.
we would like to know which one would you choose for your GT?
Thank you, my wife.
Which one would you choose
Which
for your
one
GT?
would you choose?
The 5-inch hub with an Enduro tire,
Yep.
or the
And there are other tires out there. I don't know the cost of them. Which one would I choose? I would, and this is
we're
without.
trying to give you time to think.
Well, I've not. This is tough. This is me sitting here now with only half the experience, meaning I've not put a motor in the GT. But sitting here today, and I had to make a decision. I have $850 to spend in what would I do after riding the 5-inch hub? I would probably, because you can gain some of that torque with the 5-inch and having the right magnets and stuff in there, I would go 5-inch hub.
Okay, there you have it, folks.
Now, I've not put
Heard it
the
here
motor in there.
first.
I've not put the motor in there. I need to do that. I'm not going to go and spend $850 to test it. I'll just be real honest. Unless my kids that have GTs want to go and raise money to do that, then we'll do it. But I would go 5-inch hub all day. It's been that big of an upgrade for the ride in the conditions we
That's
have
on
here.
your GT.
Yeah, it's not on my GTS. I'm not messing with the GTS.
Yeah.
I love that thing. That is my favorite board. It has everything you want in a one wheel, in my opinion, out of a box. The power, the torque, the climbing ability, the range is very satisfactory. If
you
range
need
is
that
your deal, here's where I kind of go on the range on a one wheel. Everybody's, well, how about range? Unless you're setting some kind of distance record, you're going out on a couple 100-mile ride because you want to do that, then range is a big deal. If you're after range because you're a commuter and stuff, you're probably not going to end up with a one wheel. Like, you're going to go to a scooter or something that can get you 70 miles or something, right? So I just don't feel like the GTS limits my range enough to be like, oh, it's a complaining part of it. The GT is really far, but no one goes out there, I don't think, and rides 30 miles. No, I shouldn't say no one. There are people that do this, but you're just not going out for a 30-mile joyride, I don't think. I think I would much rather have the power and torque and less range for sure. So GTS, hands down, favorite one wheel.
Out of the box.
GTS, out of the box, awesome. Love everything about it. So much fun to ride. But if I'm upgrading my GT, I'm going to 5-inch, I think. There you have it.
Okay. There you have it, folks.
There you have it.
Just a thought, and then you can mess around with tires. Okay, thank you for everybody hanging with us. Our pleasure to give away things today. Again, to Chameleon Rails and the Fluid Theory.
You.
Thank you for your stuff to give away. Scott Mendenhall and friends, thanks for providing the jersey. What a surprise that was. And then thanks for everybody playing the games that we had today. We'll do another round of those next week. If you are a company or brand want to be a part of the giveaways, it'd be awesome to be able to do this monthly. Thank you for those that gave super thanks.
Yes.
Love that. That we take anything that comes in with super thanks and we put it right back into the channel. If somehow in the next couple of weeks enough super thanks come in, and we'll go get the motor and we'll give it a go and then potentially give it away. A lot of times we end up giving our stuff away that we get our hands on, our feet on, because we aren't just sitting around here keeping it, or we hand it down to our kids because you got 10 people in the house riding one wheels. There's a lot of things to we review. And then someone in the house is like, I want that. Like Legend rides the WTFs. Those are just the straight WTFs, no steep and deeps or that. And then you have Epic, who rides the skeleton rails from Jeff Adair and One Wheel Parts. So through the 357s, I should say. So that all gets used around here. Thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous week. We'll see you next week.
And we'll be back with more giveaways. Next
week, more giveaways. And make sure you don't miss any of our videos. We got a quick video that I think already dropped. Is 54 seconds. And you need to watch it before you leave today from our YouTube channel. Go watch the 54-second video of us getting to ride through the lit Christmas lights. And you'll get to enjoy it. The music's appropriate. We think it's edited quite well, and you'll enjoy it. It should put a smile on your face. And if you ever get an opportunity to go ride through on your one wheel in those places, you'll laugh it'll take you back to being a kid. So give a look at that before you disappear and go into your day. And maybe you want to jump in the quest to ride a one wheel every day. You missed 3. That's okay. Actually, you'd only have missed 2 if you get out there and ride today and keep going. Somebody DM'd me today, Hal, and said we've inspired them, and they're doing it as well.
Sweet, that's awesome.
And they have they posted a picture of them riding. So that's awesome. If we can inspire people to get outside and do something, that's what it's about. That's what we love about One Wheels, is it gets you outside. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment down in the comment section just so other people can read your thoughts and hear your thoughts. Go check out the 5-inch hub we've talked about that a lot because we are big fans. It works perfectly on stock rails. That's what we're trying to say today. And the WTFs, when you can digitally balance that thing or level it, it'll be the cat's meow with steep and deep. So everybody, you guys are awesome, and we will see you in next podcast.
Bye. Bye.